Yo, again, hey people, this is Alert Radio, and we are live and in effect, sort of.
Hey, squat in this bitch.
King Mall in the building.
Hey, that's me.
Sample God is on the board in the Zoom. Hello, Sample God.
What's good? What's good?
S. Carter, the best engineer in the game, is probably producing this right now. Thank you, S. Carter. We are back. Took a little slight hiatus just to get everything in perspective for this corona.
Make sure we was all protected, you know.
Yeah, make sure we was all protected. If any of us had it, we would have all had it. So the fact that we quarantined, taking extra precautions now, but we're gonna see how this goes. And if this goes well, we could be doing this for the foreseeable future to getting our podcast out there. And it might not be that bad. We can use this way. And it's not weird. So
then it's not weird.
we can get like famous people that are far away and be like, all right, well, let's Zoom.
Sponsored by Zoom. Well, hopefully we get sponsored by Zoom.
Sponsor, yeah.
I didn't know Zoom existed. Shit.
How growing. Zoom took off. There's a lot of players, in this pandemic that's getting a lot of money. First of all, we come in the soap and the toilet paper group getting money. Motherfucking
Shout out to Soldier Boy who invested in that.
Yep, Soldier Boy had a soap shop, got that money. Who else? Cameron.
I don't know.
Company.
You said Cameron had a what?
Cameron has a toilet paper company. Yep. He invested in toilet paper. He's like everybody's shit, so he probably went booming. In this pandemic, all that demics, I've realized that I was in the house already for real. Ain't much changed for me.
He was already bored.
The only thing that is really fucking me up is not being able to go to the gym and not being able to podcast and meet new people that way. So I ain't tripping about staying home. I can understand people that like to go out all the time being like, yo, I can't be in the house. Or people that have bad homes. I thought about that too.
You said bad homes?
Yeah, bad homes. Like the kids that was going to school to get away from an abusive dad or something, drunk mom.
And they stuck at the house now.
Stuck at the house now. And not only stuck at the house and stuck in the house. They can't be
hopefully they're able to go outside, you know. That was half the other battle. I mean, you know? They always left the house.
What if you live in an apartment building?
You can still go outside in apartment buildings.
I mean,
Ish. You go the hallway. Nah, it ain't the same thing.
Stuff like that. It's hard. It's hard. People laid off. I guess there was a study that the domestic violence has went up.
Yeah. People stuck at home with each other. They realized they don't like each other for real.
Home and laid off. So you gotta think, home, laid off, like it's just something new for everybody. Nobody has not had work, not had school, not been able to do activities all at the same time.
Real talk. It also lets you know, A, who got a real job or not, B, what's essential or not, and then C, it lets you know how many jobs you're really able to work from home. Going in is kind of pointless. Low-key pointless.
After this, whenever we come out of this, there should be a up. Like they said, it's gonna be a Great Depression type shit. It was gonna be a recession, but there's going to be a depression.
I feel like only way to hit a depression if it lasts more than 90 days. Right now, we're creeping on 60. The last Great Depression lasted 180 days or some shit like that.
I don't know. But if that happens,
man, more than 90 days, yeah, it'd be a Great Depression.
If that happens, it's usually a what do you call it? A renaissance. It's usually a renaissance after art pops in, music pops in, new inventions pop up. So the renaissance after this should tell a lot of people saying, "Hey, I cannot be working."
Correction. The Great Depression lasted for 20 years.
Yeah.
From 1929 to 1941. So we in one hell of a recession, okay?
Yeah. Granted, it probably like some people did better than that. Again, people are winning. Some people are winning. And that's the thing. The people that are winning are going to be winning. And
one thing I noticed is truck drivers, they just went up because they were on a decline. They were on that decline. They went up because they're on high demand now, making sure you get your packages from point A to B.
Like all them chicks that became nurses is pissed.
Oh, they on the front line.
I'm saying
they on the front line, like, and they not giving a shit about them too. Like the hospital's not.
I don't do anything else. Like all y'all just called to the lines now. Y'all got to be in that hospital every day, even if y'all don't got it directly. The homie nurse that does take care of it, you got to sit in the lunchroom. They got to take it. Like it's fucked up. It's definitely fucked up. But the silver lining in all this. The silver lining, as bright as you can see, they freed the motherfucking GOAT 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine is free.
I can care less.
Coronavirus.
I can care less. This nigga free. So what?
The street.
So what?
He is going to save us from.
Hey, look. He can't do shit for another 6 months. I can care less.
Look. As the reports are going, he doesn't have any restrictions on social media. When he hit these Instagram streets, bro,
we're gonna laugh at him.
All I want him to do is just have a black screen and just say, "Suck my dick," and just go crazy, and go crazy.
Nope, not here for it. Not here for it at all. Because at this point, I'm like, well, what you gonna do? Tell on me? You can't call your boys no more. What you gonna do?
Yeah,
you telling me?
You don't got no protection.
He gonna run out of money real fast if the way he going.
The money's limited.
But that biopic that Netflix may pick up, whoever pick it up, it's gonna run them some money. It's gonna be nice.
Oh yeah, like he can do a Instagram live or any type of reality show where it's live streaming his life and get buku bucks. But he's free, which is wild. I'm gonna say wild, but the circumstances of him getting out because there's a fucking virus going on is like a movie. Like his life is a fucking movie. He did 2 years.
So
barely 2 years. He did a year. He did a year.
Look. If he did a year, got caught up because some OGs put him on, his whole background, the scenario will probably be different. He did a year because he was like, I want to be famous. I'm about to be like, hey, you guys trying to back me? Okay. Oh, wait a minute. You guys are going to ride me? No.
Frank Lucas worked with the feds too. So
he worked. Yeah, that nigga did work with the feds.
He worked with the feds too. So what we talking about for real? What we really talking about for real?
The nigga lost his respect too. But
come on,
but his difference is he was killing. But only thing is he was talking. He was speaking the truth though. He was talking. He was walking his talk for like 3 years.
Ain't nothing. Hey, 6ix9ine was speaking the truth too. Niggas trying to get him hit. He was trying to get him hit. On the basis
he was speaking the truth. He let some shit out. He let some shit out.
Hit and fucking my baby mama? Nah, bro. Fuck y'all. But he free. So he free. I would love to see how he does this rollout. He has a couple lawsuits hanging over his head. He did 13 months. He fought out every gangster, and he took a year off. That's it. He took a sabbatical. Yes, in prison, but still, he took a sabbatical and became a fed for real. And came. He might he might do like Uzi numbers and do 350 if he drop an album.
I don't know. That's all. All I know is he making money off these children, and these children is gonna be like, I don't really care because I ain't never really lived street life. I don't know nothing about it. That's it. That's it. It was like, well, he told. So what? I told my mama I got beat up last week.
Like, look out for a request soon from a guest as well.
I'm on it.
Can I open up this one though? I'm opening up this one though.
So also, another legend that is a goat of all goats to me, and I didn't realize it until like early last year or so.
Let me guess, Soulja Boy.
Withers died. No, Bill Withers died. And Bill Withers is like
Grandma's hands?
Yeah, man. 81 years old.
You said grandma's hands.
You do know the songs if you heard the songs. I can't even think of like titles you would know for right now, but he's the forever song maker for real. Like he's the one, like Motown. Is that most? Yeah, that's Motown, Hitsville, USA. He made Lean on Me. I think he made Lean on Me.
Lean on Me.
I'm pretty sure he made. Hey Siri, what's Bill Withers' hits?
Carry on, lean on me. I don't know the song.
He made Ain't No Sun.
He but what? Ain't no what?
Ain't no sunshine when he's gone. Ain't no. Yeah, he died. And if y'all have a chance, y'all should watch Hitsville, USA on show.
USA.
It's
I've seen this.
About the start of Motown. It's talking to Barry Gordy.
With the light skinned cat. That was on Hunger Games and whatnot.
The light skinned cat.
It had what's my dude from Stump the Yard?
Stump the Yard?
Yeah, the nigga from Stump the Yard, isn't it? He was the main character.
What are you talking about, bro? I'm talking about Motown and motherfucking.
Yeah.
He was in it. He's an actor?
Yeah, he was an actor. I'm thinking of the Cadillac movie. Well, Beyonce was in there. Was in that movie. Who else was in this damn movie? It's like Cadillac something. Yeah, but never mind. Go ahead.
Cadillac Records? The movie Cadillac Records?
Cadillac Records. Yeah, I was mixing up.
I know that movie. Yeah, I know it, but I don't think I've ever seen it for real. But yeah, he died. This bitch died. I'm sorry. I left my charger upstairs. Baby!
Baby, bring me a charger.
I am hitting up the first guest.
But you know what? I noticed about the whole like transition for this COVID-19 for me, it gave me a lot more days off, but I'm still doing the same shit because I didn't realize we was essential. Like telecommunications is really essential.
Yeah, I mean, the laundromat is essential. Like,
in itself, yeah.
You gotta think about it. Like the people that just don't have a laundry, what you supposed to do? The laundromat's gotta stay open. You can't go trying to. If you don't got a washer and dryer at home, and you are a cop or a motherfucking doctor or some shit, say your apartment just don't have it, you gotta go down to the local laundromat that's free for you or some shit like that. That bitch closed down. You fucked up. You smell like shit. You smell like shit. You got COVID on you.
You better go out to the Lake Erie, with some soap and one of them like washing racks, my nigga. You get the scrubbing.
So
I tell you.
Another plus from the COVID, Instagram Live has gone crazy and boosted, and people are having DJ.
Adding in
Stocks is so
new guy.
Hey, we are adding in the homie Gambit.52.
Juice, how you doing, man? What's going on?
doing?
It's good to meet you, man. Good to see you.
What
yo.
would you like to
How you
go
doing?
on your?
I'm all right, my brother.
We got everybody in here. Oh, we got everybody here. Okay, I ain't scroll over. You know what I'm saying? I ain't used to what's going on. How y'all doing, man?
How you
We
doing?
all right, my man.
What would you like to go by for your the screen name on here?
Gambit.52. That works out. I was trying to download it on my computer, but I was having issues with it. At some point, I'll probably get it up on there, but I'll do this for now.
No problem. If you're on your phone, if possible, turn the landscape. If so, if that works.
Look at this. Let me make sure I turn this sideways. There we go.
So, yeah, definitely.
There we go.
Welcome
to the show, my
what's
friend.
going on, man? Good to be here. Good to be here.
Gambit.52. This young man, he hit me up. He said, "Hey, I can do your intro better than the intro that you have," and I like that type of confidence. I like.
I might say because he beat OK Smith.
Exactly.
Look, bro, I was like, because I'm sitting here this whole time. I'm like, I was in an area where I was kind of like, I was more along the lines of like thinking about how I was gonna kind of pop out with shit. Like I've been doing music for at least probably about a good 4 years now. At this point, I've been doing this since like basically 2016, and it's like even with that, it was like I'm sitting here like listening to it, and I'm like, bro, I got beats in the tuck. Like I got stuff that's like on top of stuff. I'm sitting here like, bro, if I don't reach out, closed mouths don't get fed. It's that type of thing. And it's especially in this internet era, bro, you get swamped on. You know what I mean? You want to make sure like you out there with it. So
and it was nothing but an improvement too. So it helped out. It definitely helped out.
I'm just glad y'all enjoy it at the end of the day, bro. That's all it is.
So the way we like to start the show off, we ask you your top 5 and what's your social media name so they can find you and follow you and all that good stuff. So top 5.
Okay. So you said top 5 what?
Top 5 shoes, top 5 artists, top 5 albums, whatever you feel.
Let's see. So top 5, I actually go with artists because for me, I listen to a lot of new music. I can't really just stay with the same type of stuff all the time. So for me, I like to really like do the groundwork, especially now that it's so congested. Like the biggest thing for me is like you try to like filter through what you can find and like find artists in common with other ones. So for me, I say the biggest thing I say recently, especially Griselda. Griselda is probably like the first thing I probably say on the list. Just their group was what first got me into a lot of the artists I'm about to name.
Are you hip to just signed Stove God Cooks?
I just seen
Stove
that.
God
They
Cooks.
really building up their roster, bro.
Bruh, Stove God Cooks.
How many people in this group?
No,
let me see. It's probably about 5 now. It's got to be. It's Westside Gun, Conway, Benny, now her, and then it's who else?
Signed a girl too.
Mm-hmm. They signed a girl. I just don't remember what her name is.
Yeah, they signed a girl from their hood, and then Stove God Cooks. Stove God Cooks album is titled "Reasonable Drought."
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah. I've listened to that. That's a big one. Like, bruh. But they've been on their shits, and like for me personally, it's more along the lines of just they New York sound, and it's so different compared to everybody else, but they so confident with it. It's like a way that they figured out how to modernize that old school sound and kind of introduce you into that. Like for example, Freddie Gibbs did that for me early on. Like Freddie Gibbs when he first put out like Pinata and stuff like that. I ain't even really like it. Like the first time I heard it, I was like, what is this? But it was when I heard Bandana, it was more of a clear intro into old school music. So then I had the appreciation and the respect to go to Pinata, like, you know what I mean? Like to go back to there. So it's like for them, they kind of do the same thing for me of just modernizing the old school sound, which I appreciate. But I get the rest of the list is right after that. I had to put Conway at second, just because of the Fire in the Booth freestyle. I feel like that was like that.
Yeah,
like son, like it's crazy to just imagine him speaking like that, especially just after what he's been through. You know what I mean? Seeing his face, like after what it is. Have you seen what like Look What I Became, the album with the little painting cover? Like it's stuff like that. Like he been through a lot. So to see him still rapping and still have that confidence, still do it, like it's crazy. Let's see. After that,
a great visual artist, whoever their visual arts person is, with their cover arts, their videos, their
yeah, bro.
It's different. It makes you. It gives me a vibe of like 50 Cent, like that early 50 Cent vibe where you just really didn't know, and then they just keep blowing
Freestyle
up.
50 Cent or first album 50 Cent?
Yeah, it's a difference.
You said what?
Mixtape 50 Cent or first album 50 Cent?
Mixtape 50 Cent going into the first album 50 Cent.
Okay, because that mixtape 50 Cent was more gritty. He was
they're in the middle.
The
they had their smash hit, but they're bubbling. And the people that know, and they're taking pictures with Kanye. They got Russ got features with them and stuff like that. So it's like they're right on the tipping edge of like, all right, they're mainstream, and they're
really finding their path. I think that's really the main thing. They really starting to find like they groove and they sound with it, because like they've been putting out the same music. Even if you go back to the older projects, they're still putting out the same quality of music. It's just more along the lines of them just not getting the shine that they really deserve. But because they're working at it for so long, it's crazy with them. But in that same category, the third person I'll probably name is Shay Wire. Shay Wire is actually not a lot of people probably heard of her. She's like in the same Griselda clique, like a lot, like with their kind of sound and stuff like that. And they kind of work like occasionally, but she has a lot of different projects. Now, if you know 38 Special, for example, he puts out different projects where he produces stuff with different people. So he has a project that's with her. I don't know what the name of it is right now, but like it's fire, bro. Like it's like the project that they have is insane. It's crazy to hear that type of confidence from a female, and that's what I like to hear is in the modern sound. Like I like to hear that kind of aggressive like type of tone when it comes to females. That's not something you really get. Like an actual genuine confidence. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
the ones where I'm like,
so it's like when you really get somebody that's like talking their best on there, it's crazy, man. And it's you have no choice but to really respect it. Like, I really like her.
What's her topic of pleasure that she mainly get on?
Her main thing a lot of the time is her being independent in a lot of the bars that she say to me. Like for example, if I was to recommend songs for her, I would recommend Pray, which is off the 38 Special album with her, Shay Wire. And then it's the fourth artist I was gonna name actually is also a dude named El Camino. El Camino is also another old school rapper that's in the same thing. He's done stuff with Benny the Butcher. But the El Camino project had it was a song called 2K20 that featured Shay Wire. And it was such a crazy like sound, bro. Like it was crazy to hear her just come on there. It was like she was welcome on the beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? She just had a good sound with that shit. So with her, those are the two songs I probably recommend. That song is called 2K20. It's by El Camino. But going into him, he's my fourth artist that I would name. Shrimps at Philippe's is a song that he's got with Benny the Butcher. That's probably the best song of last year, period. Like it's just well produced. Like it's crazy. It's insane. But El Camino kind of stays more in like the drug rap category, more on the Benny side of stuff. But I actually kind of like more of his perspective. A lot of the time, he kind of has like more of a mafia type of machismo with him, so I kind of appreciate the type of sound.
Is he a Midwest nigga or a West Coast nigga? Or
no. Same thing. New York. Like all these people are naming in this.
Upstate.
Yeah, like
when he said he gave me a vibe of like Midwest or something. Okay.
Yeah, like what is it? I think Griselda, I remember, is from Buffalo. So it's like they kind of all in that New York category. Probably the fifth person I had to name, I got to give respect to The Alchemist. Probably one of the best producers that we got. Period. Like it just don't even make sense. Like I don't even know what to name on the project side with him, bro. You can name the Boldy James project that he put out, Priceless in China, so bro. Like you can bro,
such a good album.
And then like if you ain't even heard it yet, the Conway tape just dropped where he just did with Alchemist called Lulu. Lulu just came out.
And his No Jumper interview made me love Bodie James. I'm like, oh, he's just still a real nigga. All them raps,
bruh.
He was like,
he's
I've
crazy.
been the same brick I sold for like 10 years. I was like,
yeah, bro. It's like hearing stuff like that from him. I was watching like his title stuff. He was doing I think it was the car sessions thing, but it was going through the whole album with the different tracks. That was a real good car session to go through each song of that. That was a real good, and then even Vince Staples popped out for a good verse on there on Surf and Turf. That was a real good song. But yeah, I mean that's it.
I take really quickly. Mm-hmm. Crips have the best rappers right now.
Who?
Crips.
You said Crips.
The Crips have the best rappers right now.
All right, but who you listing? Like that's you gotta give me more.
Let me start with Nipsey from last year.
All right,
we're gonna start with Nipsey. Mm-hmm. He kicked it off.
That's strong.
OT Genesis, stay with a hit.
That's strong.
Stay with a hit.
Knock it out the park.
But did he come out with the last 2 years?
Some TikTok song that I ain't know.
Man, even with he be doing like the Crip Walk song, stuff like that, where he just literally Crip walks to the gas station.
Remix.
Yeah, man, like that's what I was gonna mention that too. You gotta get that respect. You gotta get that respect.
That shit was
the GOAT of all Crips, Snoop.
Oh yeah.
Uzi, if you didn't know, Big C's.
Wait, really? That's a
Big C's.
Really? All right. Okay.
Wiz Big C's.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. Motherfucking Maxo Cream.
Yeah. I was gonna.
You got Baby Boy too. I mean, a little bit.
Black Boy, JB.
You do. And Duke Deuce, if I'm right?
Duke Deuce. NLE Chopper.
That's a crazy list, yeah.
It's a crazy list that are
right now. You gotta be beat on that one. I can't even. I don't even. That's crazy. Yeah.
Right now, all heavy banging. Crips got it right now. Now,
they hold. I'm not. That's gotta be it. They holding that down. Like
it's a. I didn't realize.
That's crazy.
Damn, all my favorite rappers right now is tossing up the C's and sea walking and
bruh, like I mean it's like you it's a thing that you notice, but you kind of try to tune it out. You be like, it happened, like you know what I mean? Like you be like,
But when they using a lot of C's and cousins and like, man.
But did Young Thug come out anything new?
Actually, I don't know. That's actually a pretty good question. It's funny. I ain't like Young Thug when he first came out, like for real, if I'm being honest. But at the same time, it's like with the consistency of his projects and how he just continued to develop his sound over time, it's like you have no choice but to respect him at this point.
Yeah, like musically,
this last album, classic.
Oh yeah, so much fun. That's vinyl. That's vinyl, bro. That's gonna be something we play for years.
Yeah,
like it don't matter.
That's a special project. It's one of them things where it's like we want a cohesive project from Young Thug. There's so many singles out there, and then he gave us the project, and it lived up to it. It's still singles that can still go crazy.
Hey,
but it's just an album.
Hey, real quick, is it me or is Drake forcing a TikTok song on this?
So look, all right. So look, the new thing. What was it called? I don't remember what the thing is. It's like some dance, Tootsie dance, something like that. Tootsie slide. Yeah. So like with that, look, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's lackluster. In my personal opinion, it's not. I feel what you're doing because you're just doing it for the era right now, and this is gonna be one of them. Like Hot Blonde Bling was, where it was like this is cool for this time period, but after this. No,
dancing, doing all the little gyrations and stuff like that. It was, It was
like, bro, you forcing it though.
He don't even got no ad libs, bro. You know how fast that track was produced. You know where the quality. Like at this point, the listener should be hip enough to know the difference between when an artist is actually trying to put something out for their art and when they putting something out just for the stream. There's
enough information out there for the listeners to understand that it's a streaming game. Short songs are shorter songs. It's TikTok is where it's at. Fucking what's the guy? The guy that's always talking to hip hop people about money. Like the one that wants to buy the Jets.
Gary V? Wait, no.
Yeah, no, it's Gary.
Gary V? That's it.
Gary V said maybe 2-3 years ago that Musically was going to be the thing that carried the hip hop industry. TikTok bought Musically.
Yeah, I wonder why they came out. Nobody talked about it, but I was wondering why they disappeared because it was them. It was like Triller first. Like Triller was like the thing at the time, bro.
Triller's
you know what's crazy about TikTok? What's crazy about TikTok is they came preloaded in people's phones too, so you had no other choice but to have them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like certain Androids, pre-downloaded, already there. Just like
that's a crazy thing.
It's a Chinese company.
At this point, it's a type of social media. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, it's pretty much on brand with like Twitter or something. Like something that like some people use, some people don't. Some people feel type of way, but some people it's got a strong community.
Females win. The females love TikTok. So TikTok.
Oh, bruh. You know what's crazy? I've been resisting it. Like I've been really trying to resist it, dog. Like I can't do it. I can't do it to myself. And I can't. Like it's one of them things where it's like, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm stiff. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never in my life gyrated my entire body like this with synchronization. I ain't never in my life. Like, like I don't even understand.
Wait,
y'all are able to just do.
Yes, you did when you was doing Soldier Boys days. You
but you do it. You being able to command individual parts of your body like fingers. Do this arm. Go like.
Yeah. When they doing that renegade.
Like when they bring their whole man. How many times you practice
competing against the world?
You in here really doing like play practice by yourself, like sweating, tired, salty, drinking water, sitting here like, no, I gotta get this down.
It's children. Children are like your gateway into it. Like as long as the children are doing it, it's acceptable for whatever grown person is doing it, depending on your age. You feel me? Like young grown gentlemen and females can do it. They can be all up in it in every social media. When you get to a certain age, you gotta have your grandchildren, you gotta have your kids, you gotta have like your little nephew, cousin. Like, all right, come on, let's do this shit real quick.
I do like the fact that it does bring the family together. The family Soul Train line,
the challenges and stuff.
I do like
that. Really, it's like it's gonna be a part of like the game night thing, like you got your board games, boom, 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 boom. Now let's do our TikTok video.
That too.
Yeah. I can definitely see that.
I personally I like it for what it does. Like I like it for what it does, more along the lines of just content. Like it was the same thing that Vine would. For me, like I don't like TikTok, but at the same time, I love what it gives creators the ability to do. Like because it gives people a platform and an ability to be able to be like to accessibly edit. And like that's something that like some people need. Like some people don't know how to work Photoshop. Some people don't know how to work Sony Vegas. Some people don't know how to really do all that. So it's good that like we have an accessible platform that gives you the ability to create.
That's right. And a lot of people are really good at video editing. I didn't realize
crazy.
That. A lot of people
and they ain't even know.
Get really good. Yeah.
It activates a lot of stuff in people.
You start to pick up on things and know timing and know what looks good and what goes viral and shit like that. Like get good at it. You definitely get good at it.
It's like it's like a learning curve to it that you kind of like learn with it. Like I personally understand it because it was the same thing like Twitter. It to me, it's literally similar to Twitter, except for it's just videos this time instead of you having the production.
Look at Instagram.
Way more stricter.
Like if you would have gave us Instagram in 09, we'd be like, what the fuck? This is high functioning. This going live. That can go live on here. So,
they ain't have no idea about them functionalities.
But I remember. I remember back in like 2017, 18, my little nephew and nieces was on TikTok, like downloaded it and never really thought nothing. I thought it was a kids app. And to me, technically, it's still a kids app, but like now it's changing. It's changing. It's crazy.
It's crossing over now because the bitches went there. The bitches is twerking.
You also get a lot of people. Like for me, I'm like 21, so I'm in that demographic of people where it's like you kind of out of college, but at the same time, some people that's like post secondary. Like in between, I want to say like 17 and probably I want to say go up to probably about like 25, but it extends like with the family stuff. Like that 17 to 25 demographic, they still into that. Yeah. So it's like they still kind of in that same like social media era.
You still going out, going to clubbing and all that. Like you want to see where the party's at. They're doing TikTok dances in that motherfucker. You gotta know what the TikTok dance is. Like you gotta know what the popping song is. Like
was popping. They brought back dance battles. Actually, technically, shoot, like I ain't seen the dance battle ever. Now I can go out there and see what y'all got. Like
that's kind of true.
I will say the one TikTok, I guess, template of the party The party one got me.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that one. I like that one where it's like the little template of the party and it's like the little basketball. I like that.
Oh
like
man, that got me. You walk in the party like, oh, I like that. I'm like, okay, like kids are having fun with it. It's a little bit out of my demographic right now, but I get it. I'm not gonna hate them. I'm not gonna like push it to like being blah blah.
You gotta just accept it for what it is. Like it's a part of the time. It's a part of the culture. You gotta just let it live.
It's doing
like, but it was like basically with TikTok stuff like that. The main thing is like, how do I kind of want to get into this? Because what I really want to get into with y'all is how the game has changed when it comes to music. Like I want to like shift the conversation like a little bit. Like when it like for me, I've been putting out music on SoundCloud. I want to say actually since 2016. So like for example, or no, yeah, actually before that, even before that, we were still putting out tracks, stuff like that. But I've been putting out music since then. Now 2016 was also the year that was real big for SoundCloud because of the rise of X and like all the Florida rappers that we had at the time that we acknowledge now. Like we had like Denzel Curry, we had Space Ghost Perk, we have XXX, we have mad people that are still coming up from their Wi-Fi funeral. We have plenty of people that come from that time. And when people realized that SoundCloud was a profitable platform where you could kind of build up a following that you could eventually monetize off of, a lot of people really flooded the site, which is I'm just basically recapping. Like everybody know that. Like ever since then, it's been flooded on SoundCloud. It's always been like that. But for me, I was putting out stuff before that time, and before 2016, before that rush of people, it was such like a tender, small base of people that was just putting out music that they just concepts that they had. It was nothing deeper than that. It wasn't like he was making music for a mainstream audience. He wasn't making stuff for TikTok. He wasn't making stuff for rappers. He was making stuff because it was literally like, yo, I just make beats and this is just what I want to come up with. Like it's like literally somebody going in like a bio lab and just coming up with like a different type of drug or something.
Like having your favorite artist and them being underground, you loving that they're underground, and then they signed to a major. Like SoundCloud became a major platform. Like you're bringing it back to 2016. We can bring it back to like maybe like what 2012, 2013, where it was. If you had 1 million views on SoundCloud, you're like, yo, I'm popping. This is it.
Oh yeah, you was huge. Like, you was huge. And it's still even then. Like you still like even in 2014 and stuff, like you look big, bro. Yeah. You did something like if you had like a song with like even 100,000, like you would still be looking at it like, wow, like how you do that? Like
exactly. Like who is this person? Like I should know this person. Should I know this person? Why do they have?
And it's funny because for me, I have a sense of what the reason why I know the difference is because I know what the SoundCloud numbers look like before. You used to get a meaty amount of like people that actually used to like it. Like it would be like 5,000 plays or something, right? But it'd be like 370 like likes, and it'd be like about 200 reposts, and it'd be like at least 1,000 comments is on there. Like it was like a meteor type of thing. And it's like even now in this era, you're gonna get like 2 bots and maybe like 2 people like your grandma who just so happened to stumble upon SoundCloud and like just played your track one time. It's my baby, and that's it. Yeah, like you don't really get that same type of following no more, bro. Like at this point, it's like
that excitement is gone. Yeah,
it's too congested. The fact that people release their music on everything now, like the ecosystem of people trying out new shit on SoundCloud, and people actually putting out pristine quality music on SoundCloud was meshing together. But when people learned that they can put their stuff directly on, like Apple and shit, like excuse me. Whew.
Nah, you good? It's okay. It wasn't a cough, so we ain't.
A wild berry burp. On both of them, it was working. Off of them is just one set still there, where it's mostly podcasts now. You're hosting your podcast there, and you're trying out shit. The beat makers are there. The beat makers are doing their thing there, and then everybody else is putting that shit straight to all the DSPs, and it's coming on there last. You're not really promoting.
I mean, to me, the platform that I think people should be looking at, what I've been looking at probably for about 2 years now, is Spotify. Like at this point, I feel like that's the lead when it comes to music at this point. Because it's like with Apple Music, it's more of interactivity between people, and Apple's always been good at that. For example, like iMessage, for example, like FaceTime, like they always good at making you connect with other people and like being able to see what they into and what they like and what they don't like. But with Spotify, it's focused on the music and how the music sounds to you. Like that's all it's focused on. It's focused on finding it. It's like a huge database of music that you can go to. And then not only that, if you ain't even go into settings, so you go into playback, there's a whole equalizer in there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can literally change the levels of like what you listen to it, like change the bass, change different levels and see what different types of sounds like sound like.
Yeah.
Like there's so much depth.
That's dope because as opposed to title, the only thing you just has a majority of a library. So you have old school, new school, and even older school than what you normally would have, and different genres at that too. So they don't actually even put you any type of playlist actually.
Yeah, like SoundCloud, like it's like, well, not SoundCloud. Wow, Spotify is more along the lines of like Spotify has more playlists and like they have a lot more like radio stations, playlists, things along those lines, and those are features that like they have on SoundCloud, but like do the ads, nah. So like so we really like with Spotify, you have more options to be able to get into new music because you always gonna put on a playlist, you're gonna put on a radio station, especially when you don't have nothing. Like when you first download the app and you only put your first 5 albums that you really like, and it's like it's lonely in here. Like I don't got nothing else. Like it's like ain't nothing else. You gonna put on a radio station. You gonna play a playlist.
Learn you. It has to learn what you like, what type of vibe you want to get into with stuff and stuff like that. Yeah.
And personally, I feel like just the way Spotify's algorithm with their like little curation and stuff like that, they just better at finding the stuff that suits whatever you listen to at the time. Like the reason why I noticed for them is they got 2 playlists. Like people don't even think about it. It's Repeat Rewind, which is basically the stuff that like you was playing probably last month, stuff that you like dropped off of playing after a little while, like all that kind of stuff. It brings that stuff back and puts in like a 30-song playlist. And then you have On Repeat. And On Repeat is the songs that you've been playing the most. And it goes like in order, like not in order necessarily streams, but more along the lines like the songs that you go to the absolute most, songs you play the most. Okay. So it's like when it pays attention to those things, bro. And when you have that type of playlist, you're more susceptible to just like you go back on Repeat Rewind like a month from now because you just want to hear some stuff. And you'd be like, oh, I forgot about this song. Let me go back to this artist and see what new album they put out. Or, oh, I forgot about this record. Let me go ahead and follow up on that. Like they only put out a single. I was looking forward to their tape. It's stuff like that that like really helps with that platform. And I feel like Apple Music don't do that. You may get like the little For You section where it's like, oh, you like Roddy Ricch. How about like how about like Rich Homie Quan? Yeah. How about like it's like, bruh, you're not helping me.
Then how does Spotify introduce you to new artists as well?
So for me, it's like it's okay. Like I'll get into an artist. Like I liked Griselda, for example, at first. Griselda is Brooklyn music. So what it does is I kept listening to Griselda and kept listening to Conway and Benny. So over time, I would see features and stuff like that I'd be able to just look into because you just scroll to the bottom and like find a little page, click on the bloop. Now you got the top 4 songs that people play, like, you know, it's standard, but the top 4 songs that people play and then all the albums and stuff like that. But with Spotify, they'll recommend you albums that are like for you that are in that category. Like because you listen to Conway, here's Everybody Is Food. Here's Benny the Butcher's Plugs I Met project. Like
towards that. Like so like you've been listening to this, they'll curate other new artists that are similar or that people have also listened to and put that into a playlist.
Yeah, because you listen to this person.
Mm-hmm.
Like so it'll be more along the lines like, yeah.
They have a better algorithm to do it too, to figure it out. That's like that.
Yeah, because it's like it pays attention to songs you play on repeat. It pays attention to songs you put on rewind on the repeat stuff, so you know exactly. And on the on repeat stuff, the song that you play the most and the songs you used to play, it knows both of those, and it knows how to like discern the difference and know which people to recommend you. Like I only got into El Camino because I listened to Benny. Like it's one of the things. Like I only got into 38 Special because I listened to Conway. Like it's one of them things where it's like Spotify kind of helps with that because you're able to see more of the credits and stuff like that. You're able to just get deeper into the music. I just think it's a better platform for that.
Yeah, same here.
You have more of a chance on there too, especially if you upload stuff. So you know.
What a question about your background. Who's your like producer? I don't say idol, but your like your foundation. Who do you look to as like, okay, this is where I want to like base my skills off of?
Base your sound. Okay, for me, it's like I don't have any influences that directly change my sound, if you get what I'm saying. Like, it's not like I produce like them, but I hear elements in their music that make me change my sound and tweak things. Like, that makes me tweak a mix, change a snare. Okay, maybe I should go a little bit more experimental. Maybe I should try it like a sample. Okay, you inspired me to try this type of chop pattern, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it's like, with that, the artist that really inspired me the most, and I'll probably go on the producer side, I would say, first of all, rest in peace, Nujabes. That was a real big one for me. That was somebody that he produced the SoundCloud. The soundtrack for Samurai Champloo. Samurai Champloo is an anime that came out in like 2000, stuff like that. Really, really good art direction. Very, very well drawn. But what it was more along the lines of the fact that the music that he did, it was tied into the actual like show. So like they would do stuff like DJ scratch patterns, and the anime would do the exact same thing where they scratch and they move, or like they switch scenes, stuff like that. So it's different stuff that I've seen this before. Yeah, he had like a different type of touch with that kind of stuff. It was real big. It was a really, really good show. If you haven't seen it, it's one season. It's real concise. It's a very, very good show. Samurai Champloo. Like Champloo, like champ, and then Lou.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
and it was a real good show. That intro is classic, bro. Like it's so many. I'm sorry that it's only one season though. Well, it was tragically Nujabes died due to some complications at a hospital and stuff like that. I don't remember if it was like an accident, but I think that's what it was. He died like real early. He was about in his 30s and stuff like that. But he had only just done that album and maybe a few other tapes before that, like a few different projects. Metaphorical Music is a good album that he put out before he died. That was before Samurai Champloo. Listen to the soundtrack. Samurai Champloo is full of beats. It's literally all produced by him. So it's like that's a real big one. That's a really big one.
I'm glad you told me that, because I definitely knew that. Really
like he was a real big influence. Yeah, like I got it. My main thing is, bro, I know a lot of music. Like I'm pretty much like a library at this point. Like I try to study a lot of different stuff. I say another producer, if you're not even hip, what's another producer I think that inspires me? Masoji. Masoji was a really big SoundCloud producer. Like in 2012, 2014, 2016, all that era type of stuff. But he always upgraded and elevated his sound. He was always really big on mixes, and he was real good with like the DJ Khaled type of stuff before it happened. Like, you know, where he just kind of hosts a project where it's just multiple people that rap on it and stuff like that. He was bringing people together that was all over SoundCloud. You would hear Bones on something, Night Lavelle on something. You would hear who else? Like Dylan Brady. There were plenty of different people that he just brought together in like one hub. And for me, the biggest thing with him is, over time, once 2016 hit, and it was a big year, like it's like a lot of the SoundCloud producers, I can't even name how many people I knew, like that I just talked to on SoundCloud that would follow me and stuff like that dropped off and was like, yo, producing ain't the same no more. I can't get the same plays no more. Like I can't get the same audience that I used to have. I don't know what happened. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just because of the flood. But it's one of them things where it's like they literally just like, yo, I can't compete no more. I don't know what I can do. I don't know how I can stand up to everybody else in these numbers, stuff like I don't know what I can do. And they quit. You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, so that's just like every other. Honestly, that's just like every other social media that's out there right now. Because any new thing that comes out, you always get your pioneers that first come out when it first did it, because they put that work in, and then after that, it's like a plateau. Where you may just pop out every 5-10 years,
and you just gotta hope. You just gotta hope. Like
look at how Instagram did Snapchat. Like the story is all I look at on Instagram now. Like I don't even scroll through.
I remember I first clowned them when they started stories because I was like, "That's Snapchat," and then it just started working, bro. Like it's just you get drowned out real quick with that. But But basically with Masoji, it was like people were quitting because he got drowned out. But Masoji did was he took a break. He just took a break for like 2016 and 2018. And then he came back with an alternative project. And like, you know how people often in the Black community, we are not receptive to the fact that people are into other types of music, alternative types of music, especially ones that involve like live drums or a different type of tempo that we aren't used to. So like for this, it was like when he came out with this alternative project, that was one of my favorite producers. I'm like, I'm gonna give you a shot because I like your music, I like your sound. I'm gonna see where you're working with, and I enjoyed that project. That was probably my favorite project of 2018. That was easily one of my favorite projects, and I played everything on there. Violent Candy is a good song with Nestle. Death Metal is all the song. Well, actually, the album is called Death Metal. It's an EP. It's 6 songs. But actually, after that, this past year, 2019, and this was probably one of my favorite albums of the year, he came out with another alternative project called Blood Moon Underworld, which was even more experimental, even more on that same level. Like he outdid himself. He really went for it and went for the alternative sound.
Vampires.
So he's found a way to refresh himself in music. You know what I mean? He's found a way to like find his passion again, to find his stride, and that's what I appreciate him. So it's like seeing him come out with that project, like Lost Boy on there is a good one. Every song on there is good. NSX, Runway, Junya. Junya is one of my favorite songs on that project. Junya by Masoji. It's like his whole project and his whole sound. He just continued to stay consistent. You can still hear the trap elements in him while he's still doing the alternative stuff, but you can still decipher it. Like it doesn't stray you too far off. You know what I mean? Some albums do that, like where they just go too far left and you just don't know what's going on.
Ain't the cat with the ski mask who was singing with the AK? And
alternative dude? Yeah, I know. I don't know his name, man. But I know exactly what you're talking about.
Rumor.
Yeah, Rumor.
It's RMR. Rumor.
Oh yeah. That's what his name is. Yeah, Rumor. Yeah, but I loved it. You know what's crazy? I like songs like that. I like songs where you are. Maybe I might not bump it all the time, but there's a difference between bumping it and respect, bro. Yeah. Like it's like you gotta respect the fact that people are just stepping outside the boundaries, stepping outside. We don't see nothing like that. We sitting over here listening to the same records, complaining about the same records, but now somebody tries something different. OT Genesis do a funny remix, stuff like that, and we hate them. Why?
And on top of that, he put the money behind it, though. He put the money.
That's
behind
what I'm saying. Like he actually produced
the whole production. So that's a whole different thing.
NBA YoungBoy, Dirty Diana, same thing. Like he actually put the money behind it. It was like, yo, we gonna put this out. Like this is gonna be a thing.
Oh,
you have to respect music, man.
Put all 3 of those songs in the playlist now.
Oh yeah, we be putting all that. That's history. Like that's history. You got to put that there. So you got to respect people for just stepping outside of that.
So the usual way we like to wrap up the show is we say what you're reading, watching, or listening to. But since we're in this certain situation, we're like, what do you want to do when you get out of lockdown?
Oh yeah, that's actually a good one.
What are you going to do when you get out of lockdown? Because I feel like a lot of people are going to have a new energy behind them. So for you as a producer, are you going to go to more shows, try to find more artists to link with, or try to link and connect more or whatever? What are you going to do when you're off lockdown?
Man, when I get out of, when I bust up out of here, free me, free Wi-Fi, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Just, I finally got a quarantine. My main thing is, for me, nothing is slowed down. For me, I'm trying to work with how things go. You got to go with the flow in a lot of things, and that's just how music works. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the times you got to just go with the flow about how things go, how things end up. And it's like, this is the same thing. You just this is a random thing that we should all be concerned about and that we should all kind of take serious because we ain't never seen nothing like this. I'm personally 21, bro. I ain't never in my life seen actual stuff legitimately be locked down for once. The last time I checked, I was able to run around while the swine flu was going on. Last time I checked, I was able to run around when H1N1 was going around. So like this, stay home, bro. Like, but it's hard for a lot of people. It's tough for a lot of people because we inside, but try to find ways to work with what you do have, because we have so many advantages of technology that we take for granted. So many ways to connect, so many ways to outreach that we don't use on a daily because we didn't have to. You know what I mean? So it's like more about trying to figure out how to use your brain and trying to figure out how to utilize this time with me. So the main thing with me, with this quarantine stuff, when I get out of here, I'm going to get some food, bro.
Hey, bro.
Like, I'm going to get some food, man. Like I just want to support my black businesses, man. I just want to support my black business. I want to go back to the Ethiopian restaurant and leave, bro. Like that's all I want to do, man. Like
I want a Jamaican patty so bad. I want a Jamaican patty so bad, bro.
Like I'm in pain, bro. Like I'm in pain.
What are you going to do when you're off lockdown?
Besides give me a Jamaican patty off top, bro. Oh man,
with cheese.
With cheese? What you talking about? What?
That's a thing. Some people make them with cheese. Beef patties.
Get the fuck out of here. No, that's empanada. Unless you're talking about empanada.
No.
Nigga.
Like you gotta go to certain spots, bro. Look, I'll get y'all hip. I'll say all that.
All right. But other than that, shit, I'm just want to make sure that we can travel, bro. We can travel for a good price because I need to book it now. Book that shit now, nigga.
Yeah, get them flights, boy.
Let me get about.
What I'm going to do when I'm off lockdown, visit more friends and family. When you can't go kick it with your homie, or you can't go kick it and can't hug my mom, can't hug a family member. That's wild, man. It was like, oh, I want to hug, but let's be safe. Like
it's awkward. It's like you got a fist bump or something now. You gotta be like, word. Like I feel you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's different.
I'm out here Chinese dapping people, bumping feet, nigga.
Oh yeah, you gotta do the house party. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You gotta bump them. Like,
yeah. So I'm working out how we're gonna end the show lately, but what are you reading, watching, listening to? That's our usual.
No, I'm down with it.
Yeah. I'm watching currently Future Man. It's a Hulu show. Season 3 just came out.
Season 3?
Wow.
Nigga, that's why they were doing that whole
what's that
thing.
about though? What's that about? Because I'm not.
It's so dumb and dope. It's dumb and dope. So basically, this kid, he playing this video game, right? He the only one beat the video game, and all of a sudden, in the locks, at the same time he beat the video games, these people from the future come back and come get him because it's supposed to be some whole little training thing, right?
Yeah,
it's like he's this big ass badass nigga, but no. And what's the one movie? It's another movie that's like this series that I can't think of right now.
Ready Player.
You said what?
Ready Player One.
I hated that movie.
No, not that movie. It's an old school movie. It came out probably like in the early 20s. I mean, not early 20s, early 2000s. Probably in like the late 90s. It had the damn. What's the fucking name? You know what? Fuck it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm watching. It's really good if you want to watch that. Ma, what are you reading, watching, listening to, sir?
I don't watch damn near everything, bruh.
I know. That's why I didn't want to end the show like that anymore because
Gentlemen's
everything.
The movie Gentlemen's, that movie Gentlemen's.
Yeah,
that's a good movie.
Is it?
That's a good movie to watch. Okay. It actually is a good movie though. It's it's a whole little mob gangster like little background, but it's a story. It go like a little story fill you in. It's like oh okay, nice little punchline, but it just tells you your story the whole way through. It's a couple more, but yeah, we're not about to get into that. We on quarantine. Everybody watching everything.
Yeah, everybody got to stay inside.
What are you reading, watching, or listening to?
Let's see. What I'm watching, probably. I'm actually watching Great British Baking Show. I actually like a lot of cooking shows. You know what I'm saying? I actually like a lot of those. Like I like MasterChef. I like Kitchen Nightmares actually a lot because it's hilarious, bro. No, it's actually crazy. It's so look, it's that Gordon Ramsay show, but look, it's like he be trying to like build business from the ground up. So like they'll come in, right? They be like, yo, our business is terrible, right? So he'd be like, word, I'm about to watch like whatever y'all doing. He'd be like, yeah, y'all dirty. Y'all ain't even doing this. Y'all ain't even cleaning that, bro. Like y'all doing terrible
dude
in
with
this
the blonde hair.
Yeah, but he try to help him out. Like eventually he kind of like, he help him with like a new recipe. He like buy new stuff, help him renovate the business. So it's a good show. But I'm probably watching that. Great British Baking Show is also a good one. It's like a British show.
You might fuck with heavy Lego Masters.
I seen that. Now look, should I get into it?
Yes.
Because
yes.
Look, give me the pass. I'll do it. Because I seen it before. I was like,
yes. Like if you like the cooking shows, it's literally the cooking shows with Lego.
Yeah, I've been watching it. Yeah, bro, I'm about to get it. I get into that for sure. That like it was Cake Boss. That was the only other one. Because Cake Boss was funny because they had that Dora cake where the head dropped off. But let's see. The albums I'm probably listening to right now. Actually, I'm listening to Rod Wave's brand new project. If you have not heard that, Pray for Love. Really, really, really good. I enjoy a lot of the songs on there. For me, an album that's always a classic for me. I personally, let's see. Actually, no. Actually, a big one for me, Everybody Is Food. I'm actually getting back into that. I'm going back to the trilogy with Conway, going back into his older catalog and stuff like that. The Plugs I Met by Benny the Butcher, I'm always going to be bumping that. Always going to be bumping that. Martyr's Prayer is an album that's with El Camino and 38 Special. That actually came out this year. I really, really like that album. That's real good. Lulu, like I said before, really, really good album with Conway. Wet Dirt is actually an album by this dude named Crime Apple. That's actually a Mexican artist that does the same rap and stuff, but he's really, really good. Wet Dirt is a song that I recommend by him. And a song called Purple Rain, too. That's also a really, really good one. And I'm actually, let's say for like the last one, I'm going back to Awaken My Love, actually. With Childish Gambino and this new project that he put out. He's going for more of an alternative sound that makes me want to actually go back to, because I didn't give it a fair chance. I don't think anybody did. You know what I mean? We liked Redbone, but the rest of it at the time, it was so weird because it was like,
I liked it, man. I liked it a lot because.
But I'm saying like more or less like people didn't really like that album
didn't understand
for some reason.
Him.
Like, and I personally, I'll be honest, I slept on it. I only liked maybe about 3 songs, but I never really listened to the whole thing. But going back to it, it's a classic project. Like it's really, really good. Yeah. Jay Electronica's album too. I could go on and on. Jay Electronica's album is like, Pandemic by Comethazine. Like, we got too many, bro. Yeah. It's a lot of good music out here, man. If you want to find it. Party Next Door finally came out with his album.
Mid.
It's mid. It's mid. It's a few songs. Like, I mean, it's not. It's like maybe P2. 1 or 2 songs I'm gonna play.
It's not P2. It's not P2.
Eternal Take. I don't want to go on a rant about that, but I mean that's gonna get play. What is it? Ransom's an old school rapper that put out a project called Director's Cut. Director's Cut is a 4-song EP. It is absolute fire. Every single song on there is absolute heat. Bro, I promise you.
Listen to this much music, like,
I got too many. I got too many, bro. I can keep lobbing these, bro.
Spitting them out. They just
like I got them. Key Glock's album was good. Don't sleep on that either. Like Key Glock's album was good. That's it. I'm gonna cut myself off because I'm gonna keep David. Like, I listen to a lot of music. It's important.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all very much. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you for producing our intro. It's been going strong for like a good, I don't even know, 20, 30 episodes now or so, or something like that. Something crazy.
Something like that.
Y'all kept that one going. Every episode I watched, I'm like, wow, they kept it. Like, it's like
bro. Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to see where you go with it. You're a very, very smart young man in the music range. Like I'm very interested in your growth now. Like you definitely made me focus a little bit more on where you're going. Hopefully this is a great interview. Your first Zoom interview.
First one, bro. It's my first ever interview that I ever really done.
Very dope.
It's good chopping up and talking to y'all. If y'all let me know if y'all ever need another beat for the, you know what I'm saying, for the outro. You ever need another, you want to re-up on another intro, you know what I'm saying, we can. Also, if y'all, I'm gonna do one more thing. Also, Nakatomi Plaza is an album I just put out actually on SoundCloud because I've had a lot of issues actually trying to put it on Spotify, just putting it on streaming platforms, stuff like that. Full of remixes, full of beats by me. Give it a listen to. It's actually 19 songs on there. I tried to make sure it was an LP to just update people on my sound, and I'm gonna come out with those like every couple of months, so that way people are updated. You know what I mean? I'm working on these like Dragon Ball Z things that people seeing on my page now. Where like now I done flip different scenes. I got different arcs now. People don't even know it, but I'm about to finish that Buu Saga arc where they turn into Vegito and do all that. I got the whole fight already done. Like, so I'm already working on a lot of music, working on a lot of visual stuff like that, bro. Just ready to feed people. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just ready to get it started. That's all. Music is important to me, man. Music is important.
I love it. That's our.
Thank you for having me, bro. Thank you for having me. Thank you for this. Thank you. It was good talking to y'all, bro.
A young man on a show like you that's gonna grind and strive to be greatness and all that good stuff. Simple God, thank you for hosting this Color Radio Zoom.
Yeah, appreciate you. Know what I'm saying? Appreciate that, man. Important.
Go out there, take over the world, young man. Take over the world.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best.
I'm going to tell Simple God to play that funky music. we're going to exit out of it. Everybody, thank y'all for coming on and watching and hanging out. Maul, I will text you. Sample God, thank you. Play that funky music.
For sure. Hope to see y'all soon.
Sample God.